Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Bubbly Blazers, the podcast for ambitious women navigating work, school, life, and everything in between. Today's episode is one we've been really excited about because we're not rushing into the holiday season or planning the perfect year ahead. Maybe we are behind the scenes, but this episode is about taking a pause and just reflecting on the year that has happened and kind of what we want for the next year, not in things per se, but kind of more in like the vibes that we're bringing into the next year. Yeah, so we're going to pop the bubbly. We're going to look back on 2025 and get into 2026. This is going to be our last podcast of the year. And so we hope you enjoy. With
Yes,
me is
hard to
Shayla
believe.
today. I forgot to introduce you. Oh my God.
That's okay. You can run with it. I think I can't believe it's already the end of the year.
I know.
25 has come to an end.
It's actually crazy how fast like time does fly. That's such a like cliche, but it's true.
I know. Look at us.
Yeah,
What would be one word you would use to describe 2025 if you could?
I would say in general 2025 was a very fun year. Which was good. That's what I wanted. I wanted to have like a good, happy, fun year with lots of good experiences. And I feel pretty mission accomplished on that one. Yeah, how about yourself?
That's exciting. I feel like
Yeah.
mine's kind of similar. The word that came to mind for me was playful.
Mm.
I feel like
So
it
cute.
was yeah. I feel like it was spontaneous in a lot of ways. Like you
Mm.
said, a lot of really fun moments. Um, some serious ones, of course, but overall, I feel very fortunate that the year in itself was quite light and yeah, fun, playful, everything I wanted it to be to now kind of set ahead to 2026.
I love it. And what do you think what do you think is like your this is such a loaded question that I'm just going in with, but what do you think your biggest accomplishment was, but that like nobody really saw, like something that was kind of yeah, something you're proud of that was on the down low?
I feel like that's a good question, especially because I feel like I talk about everything to everyone. I'm a bit of an open book that way. And of course, I mean, having a podcast, I feel like we chat about this kind of stuff quite often.
Yeah.
Um, but one thing that I can't remember if I shared on the podcast, and I feel like I didn't even really talk to too many friends about, was I had an opportunity to deliver a talk for an organization I volunteer with called Dress for Success. And it was my first talk with my own business. And I got to deliver kind of a message around efficiencies and standing out of your own way when it came to seeking out job opportunities or looking for promotions and things like that. So it was really neat experience, and I had on my bingo sheet for the year that I wanted to deliver some kind of presentation, and that was a really big win, one that I didn't really know if it would come together, and it did. So yeah, I feel like that was something that kind of quietly happened, but for me, it was a really big moment and one that it definitely got a little teary up after.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank
I
you. How about
absolutely
you?
love that.
Were there
I
any
kind
little
of forgot
moments?
about the bingo sheet. I'm like, ooh, that let me pull it
I
down. Let me go through.
love a little craft night, love a little
Yep. Hmm.
vision board, if you will.
How many
Um,
squares did you cross off? I have mine beside me. I'm gonna count.
oh my goodness, that's such a great question. Okay, I feel like, let me see. I'll have to think here. How many do you
7
have
for me. That's not like it wasn't an
that you crossed
incredible
off?
year for the bingo sheet, but still.
Hey, I think half of the bingo sheet, like for me, when I make it, I'm like, if I cross one of these off, like
Yeah.
that would be
Cool.
amazing. That would be a
Yeah.
great thing because you forget that like life happens too, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, let's
And
see
one of
here.
mine was like Taylor Swift releases debut Taylor's version, and that's not happening at all anymore. So, you know, somewhere out of my control.
I love that. Manifesting for other people too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like,
This will be the year.
yeah. Yeah.
I feel like, okay, I
Absolutely.
got 15 out of 25.
Incredible. Electric. That's
Good
great.
energy.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good bingo. Did
Yeah.
you get like an actual bingo, like a full line? Probably.
That's a great question because you know what? I have the bingo sheet on my bookshelf that's like all
Yeah.
pretty and crafted and like looks beautiful, and people notice it kind of like if they're at my place, and it's
Yeah.
a good talking point. But then I put it on my phone and actually check them off on my
Oh,
phone
okay.
because
So you're like, I don't know.
I don't want to make it not pretty. Something about crossing them off on the
Fair enough.
paper. I'm like,
No.
oh, I don't know.
So we'll never know. And that's
We'll
okay.
never know.
And that's
Maybe
incredible.
goal for 2026, get confident enough to cross things off.
Yeah.
Allow a
Yeah.
little mess in your life, you know?
I'm also a big fan of, and I'm sure I've talked about this on the podcast, gel pens. A
Oh,
glitter gel pen
love
to
gel
cross off,
pens.
you know, that's to me that hits both marks. You're crossing off, but you're also getting a little bit beauty in there. So
I love
I don't know.
that.
Think about it for next year.
As an excuse to go find some fun gel pens. I like
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh,
I'm
so true.
influenced. Okay, enough about
Amazing.
my accomplishment. What is something that happened for you this year that you feel like really proud of going into next year?
I feel like I've made progress. Like I've had like a bit of a long-standing goal where I wanted to get in the gym a bit more and work on my health. And I feel like that's one of those things where it's like nobody really noticed it. It wasn't like a huge shift.
Yeah,
But like I noticed it. Like I'm like, okay, I can grab the heavier weights and um so I feel like that was a big win, one of the big wins for me.
I love
I don't know
that.
if it was like a big win, but it's like a good thing that I think like to be able to see your efforts progressing a little
Absolutely.
bit. That's always a nice thing.
It's such a nice feeling to feel proud of yourself. And I feel like
Mm,
we don't take enough time to pause and appreciate those little things that, like you said, okay, day to day, like someone might not notice that you've all of a sudden increased your like movement or that
yeah.
you're more consistent in your patterns or that, yeah, you went from 5 pound to 8 pound dumbbells when you're doing your
Mhm.
bicep curls. But I feel like, yeah, they have such an impact in such a ripple effect too, that that's the
Yeah.
piece that is really exciting to see when it starts to come together.
I love it. What challenged you this year the most or more than you expected to be challenged?
I feel like definitely building my business.
That'll
Um,
do it.
that that was a big one. I feel like really excited about where things are at right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like the story I've been telling the last 12 months is like, I know it's coming. I've got momentum. I feel like the
Yeah.
wheel like had a small turn and it's just gonna like start to pick up. And I think that
Awesome.
hill is getting less and less steep. And I'm getting close to the top. But yeah, so I'm really excited for where it is now. But I think
Great.
it was quite a year of ups and downs,
For
day by
sure.
day, hour by hour,
Grinding it
questioning
out.
things.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And then I feel like, I don't know, we talk about it in the pod, dating, I think shook me a little bit this year.
New location, same
I'm not
traumas.
gonna
Maybe
lie.
worse. Maybe worse.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, going into, we'll talk about, intentions for next year, but I think it's time. The dust has settled a little bit. I'm feeling in a really
Yeah.
good spot about everything, but I think
Okay.
there's definitely some chaotic moments.
Love. I love that.
How
I
about for
love
you?
that.
What's something that challenged you this year more than you might have expected it to?
Um, yeah, so as we know, I'm going through the process of getting my degree right now. So, like, usually I'm like really loving it. I feel like I had a lot of classes this year that were a little bit like kind of had to get done. And I'm sure
Mm,
anybody who's done a degree knows that there's like requirements and there's things that are less enjoyable. And so I think just like having to muscle through something
mm,
that I wasn't like incredibly passionate about and just trying to keep like my main goal in the back of my mind.
yeah.
So definitely challenging, but we did it. My last exam
Yay.
was last night. Hopefully we're out of the woods
Woohoo!
on this past semester. So
Cute
feeling
Taylor.
good. Yeah.
That's exciting. That's so exciting. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
so I feel pretty good about that. And I knew that the whole time. I was like, this isn't about right now. This is like temporary. There's a bigger goal, and I
Uh-huh.
knew that once it would be done, I'd be like, yeah, great feeling. So,
It's harder when
here
you're
we
in it
are.
though.
Oh
Like
yeah. You're like
writing
trying
a
to tell
paper.
yourself to do it one more week, one more
Yeah.
week. Do it's like
Having to study for a
but
course that you wouldn't really pick if you didn't have
no.
to, or like
Yeah.
writing a paper on a topic that you just like
You're just like, whatever. Or like
so
things, I
dry.
think there was a lot where I was like, oh, this will be a great course. And then I was like, this is not like what I was expecting. But
But
such is
yeah,
life, and we just keep rolling.
we're
Yeah.
moving forward. That's
We're moving
exciting.
forward.
And speaking of which, are there
hmm
things that you're consciously choosing to leave behind in 2025 or leave behind? Yeah, leave in
Yeah,
2025.
you got it right. It's hard. It's this time of year is hard. Okay. We're getting the 2025, 2026 confusion. I would say a big goal. I touched on this last episode. It's like, okay, not everything has to be done. Not everything has to be perfect. This is like a
Mm,
continual thing for me. Uh,
yeah.
I think um, the way I mean it is like, of course, not having to have everything be perfect, of course, but also like in the sense of like not causing stress for myself on being like, oh, I need to go here, 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 here. I need to do this,
Yeah.
this, this. It's like I'm trying to go forward with having like a more like moderation mindset. And it's like, okay, if everything doesn't get done, like it's not the end of the world.
Mm,
So yeah, that's one of mine for this year, next year. How about yourself?
yeah, I like that. I feel like we're aligned in what we're
Yeah.
and what our years were and what our years to
Yeah.
come are. But for
True.
me, I think what I'm leaving behind in 2025 is unnecessary busyness.
Yeah.
Like doing things that aren't adding value, doing
Mhm.
things just for the sake of doing them, and really being intentional about everything and everyone that I choose to um, spend time with, be with, add into the calendar. I think, yeah, just being more intentional. And so leaving behind that just kind of like yes to everything and be more
Yeah.
selective moving into the new year.
Love. So,
Yeah.
secure your spot now if you want to hang out with Shayla.
Send me a request. Send me the
Send
reasons
her a
why.
request. Yeah, she will be doing a cost benefit analysis. Um,
I'll
what would you
contact the
say?
successful candidates. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll hear from me if you were chosen. So if you don't hear from me, now you know. What would you say what were your top priorities in 2025?
Ooh, I feel like definitely there is a shift in prioritizing work for sure. First and foremost,
Yeah,
have to pay the bills some way.
yeah, it's a great
And
great motivator on that one. That's for sure.
yeah, funny how on the first rent is always due.
Yeah, certain
Doesn't
things
pause for
you can
summer or
count on.
holidays.
Yeah, you can count on that.
So yeah, I feel like definitely priorities for me were work and then also friendships. I think, moving to a new city, I was worried that I would feel really lonely and that I would have a hard time making friends. So for me, last year was all about prioritizing relationships in the term of friendships. And that's something that I definitely want to bring into the new year as well.
Love.
But we're top priorities work and friends.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
successful, so
I
great.
would say so. How about you? What are some things that you prioritize this year?
Kind of the classics, right? School and whatnot. But I think a big one for me was just like prioritizing experiences that I wanted to have and just like making those happen.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because you had some fun
s-
ones this summer.
yeah, like similar to you, I knew I wanted to um get involved with one of the pitch competitions with school, so I just made that happen, and it was a lot of hard work, but same thing, like once it was done, it was like, oh my gosh, what a great feeling, and what a great feeling to get in front of some people and speak and work on a skill. So super stoked on that one. on like a lighter note, I was like, had been wanting to go to Stampede for a few years, so I was like, I just made it happen. I was like, I'm getting the girls together, getting in
Yes.
my car, and
Taking it out of the group
um,
chat. I'm proud of you.
exactly. It's not easy.
It is
So
not.
yeah, so that was, um, yeah, I love that. I'm super happy about that.
Oh, I love that. And how would you say you showed up this year differently from the year before?
I was gonna say this one kind of came to mind just now,
Yeah.
and it's a silly one. Um, but like I met my water drinking goals.
No way.
I think since I was like in high school, I've been like every year my New Year's resolution, drink more water.
Yeah.
And this year, with the grateful help of my naturopath, she was like
Mhm.
3 liters, and I was like, "You are
Wow.
crazy! Like 3 liters sounds insane.
Yeah.
Um, there's
Just
no
drinking
way,
water
like."
constantly.
Yeah, and as we've talked about before, I got my I think it's almost 1 liter. It's pretty much a liter. My 1 liter Awala bottle, and I've been crushing the hydration, and it's just like one of those things where it's like you pay to go see the naturopath, so you're like, wow, I really want to like take their advice, but I was like,
Absolutely.
I'll try, but there's no way I'm gonna be able to crush like 3 liters of liquid every day, and I'm proud to say that at this point I sound like I'm getting choked up. I'm like,
Honestly, I would.
I
That's a
did
huge
it.
accomplishment. I want to know your
And listen,
secret.
and now it's like it's actually quite diabolical because it's like now if I don't meet my 3 liters, like I'm like I have the worst headache the next day. I'm really like
Really?
I've really dialed my body into my water drinking habits. So super stoked on that because I
This is
never thought I'd
amazing.
be able to do that.
I'm inspired.
Um
So are you drinking like
yeah.
one bottle in the AM, one midday, and one in the evening?
So I'll be honest, like I do probably like 1 bottle of water, 1 bottle of electrolytes, and then 1 liter of like various liquids.
Yeah, fair.
Um
Okay.
because that's she said that's allowed. So I was like, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like for example, this morning I had like I had a 750 milliliter of like a protein coffee. So it was like my 250 mils of my Nespresso pod, and then the rest was like the milk that I made like with my protein shake. I've done a bottle at the gym, so I'm on my second bottle, and then I think I'll finish that 3rd liter with like maybe a little glass of kombucha,
Wow.
and then and that's just the 3 liters. Like I'll drink.
Yeah.
I'm going to a Christmas party tonight, so I'll probably be drinking not hydrating beverages. But it's like,
Wow. No, that's
it's
huge.
yeah, like I do think it's huge because I was like, it's like all jokes aside, I'm like, I can't consume that much.
I'm thoroughly
So
impressed. I'm
thank
adding
you.
that to my bingo sheet for next year.
It's
You've
the
inspired me.
big water bottles really helped
Yeah.
because that's more like that's more
Make it
manageable for
convenient
me.
for yourself. Yeah.
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 And I'll just say like because it's on theme, like I'm trying to like consume less. I think that's really important. I think we live like in an age of like TikTok and Instagram and everybody like influencers and everybody has to have the new like cool thing. So I was like really opposed to getting this water bottle. I was like, I have my hydro flask. It's fine. Like it's awesome.
Hmm.
There's no reason. However, and I think I'm beating a dead horse. I've brought this up before. It's it is 500 milliliters. It's like that means I have to crush 6 of those. Like mentally, that's too much
Yeah.
for me. And
Yeah.
so I will say this was a good purchase, despite it being another water bottle. Um, it was worth it, like just like mentally and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like that.
Work in
Suddenly I'm like
progress.
really thirsty.
I know. It's like, oh my gosh. No, and I can tell, and I'm like, when I'm
Hydration
thirsty, I'm
break.
like, oh, a headache's gonna come on. Like, it's I'm like a new person.
Wow. Okay. You've inspired
Anyways,
me. I'm loving this.
so I'm and that was like I said, it was a long time goal. it took a lot of convincing. So I'm hoping like I can bring that mentality to like my other goals going into 2026. It's like, okay, we can do the water. Let's keep these good vibes going. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Well, what about you? What do you think, like, how do you think you've changed over this year, and like and what do you feel good about, like, how you've changed? That's kind of a weird question, but just to
No,
pivot.
I think I'm following what you're saying.
Okay.
Um,
Who have you
if not, I'm just
become,
gonna
and why
if
do you
not,
love that person?
if not, I'm changing the question.
Sure.
Um, I feel like over this year, I've really found who I am, and I think
Gorgeous.
that is a huge accomplishment in of itself. Not to say that won't change as time goes on, but I've never felt so secure and so confident in who I am as a person. And, looking back to even who I was in January to June to now, I think that's just evolved so much over this past year. A huge part of it has been, taking time to connect inwards and
Mm-hmm.
realize what it was I wanted, appreciating myself, my body, things like that. But then also the people I surround myself with. I have so many incredible friends that have listened to the same stories way too many times, who inspire me in different ways, and who I can look to. And, even in a professional setting too, I have so many mentors. Um, and I've had the opportunity to have mentees. And I think there's been so much growth over this last year that I truly feel like I'm in a spot where I know who I am and I know where I want to go. And it's such a secure feeling. And yeah, I'm excited for now where I can continue to go with that in mind.
Incredible. I feel like
Yeah,
that's something I want to do differently in 2026.
hmm
Um, yeah, just like stop judging myself, and like just try to like become truly like confident in who I am. And I don't know, I think it's for women, it's like it's always a work in progress, but that's
absolutely.
something you're gonna inspire me. How
Ah,
about
there you go.
you?
You'll inspire me for water, and I'll inspire you for becoming confident.
Love, love. I love that. I love that.
And so on
Um,
that, what kind of
yeah.
things are you thinking of doing less? Let's look ahead kind of to
hmm
2026 because that's exciting to think about just around the corner. What are you doing less of next year?
I'm doing less of nothing. I'm going full steam ahead. No, always less like overthinking. Like even
Yeah.
like I think last night was like a prime example. I came home from my exam at like
Yeah.
9 p.m. and I was like, okay, what classes am I gonna do in my fourth year,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I need to and it's like I get like on these like kind of like mental tangents where I'm like,
Yeah.
I must figure this out right now, and it's like, I could probably do less of that. That would probably be overall a good vibe. How about you?
And it's always late at night, those thoughts too, hey?
Yeah.
Or at least mine are.
Yep.
Yeah. Like
Yep.
Sunday night, 9:30, let me just absolutely beat
It's
myself
like,
up over any
ah,
little thing I didn't do. Yeah.
yeah.
We forget about all
Yeah.
these like good things so quickly.
Mhm. Mhm.
No, I like that. Yeah, focus more on the reality of the situation and what is within your reach rather than
So
making
true.
up these stories. I feel like for me, my thing that I really want to focus on is less time on social media. I think
Yeah.
I just, yeah, I don't know. Time is
No.
valuable and getting
Mhm.
caught doom scrolling as much as I love sending my friends reels and and have a good laugh every now and again, and find it to be a little mind numbing. I think there's so
Mhm.
many better ways that I can spend my time. And so that's definitely a habit I want to break. And yeah, I
I
think
love
that's
that.
a big one.
Incredible.
Hmm.
And what are you making more space for? You're doing less social media. What are we doing more of?
Yeah, I think that allows me time. I think this year still my focus remains my career and my friends and family. And so having less time on social media platforms allows me to reach out to people, allows me time to focus on little things in my career and how that moves forward. And then hopefully too, like gives me time to have some little hobbies, find new activities and yeah, spend some time kind of just getting to know the city even more.
And
Yeah.
have you enjoyed any more Christmas events
You know
in
what?
Vancouver?
I had a friend over for dinner and we did like a little Christmas movie night. So that
Aw,
was very wholesome and fun. I've also
love.
been knee deep making my Christmas cards. So
Yes. So progress is being made. So from
so
last week to this week. Nice.
yes, Christmas
Incredible.
cards are getting made. And so that's a nice feeling. And I just, when I'm making them, throw on some little Christmas music or a Christmas movie. And yeah, so things are feeling festive.
Cute. Okay. Well, I love to hear that things are festive. Let's talk about, I'll start with mine, like the habits I'm kind of committing to
Hmm.
in 2026.
Yes.
So, number one for me would be like organizing my next kind of scholarly opportunities. Where do I
Yes.
want to go on my study abroad? Planning for that, applying for that, saving for that. So that's kind of huge one for me next year.
Love it.
As well as I did 45 spin rides this year. I had on my
Whoa.
bingo card, I wanted to do 50, so I didn't quite make it. So I'm going to try to make it next year.
Still,
And
40
that'll
is
be,
incredible.
I feel good. I feel pretty good. And that'll be thrown in with, I want to continue. I had this goal last year of having the 5 days a week of like activity.
Mhm.
And it went pretty well, but I just want to keep getting like more locked in on that. So that's what I'm thinking about. What are you thinking about for 2026?
Ooh, I love that. I'd say habits. I really like the idea of doing one solo date night a month.
Mm,
I had
love.
this idea last year, and I'd say maybe I did it twice out of the year.
Pretty
So
good. Pretty
one we're
workout.
carrying over. But I thought, okay, so your birthday day obviously happens every month, except for people in February who unfortunately are born on the 29th. They might have to
Okay.
adjust this a little bit, but on your birthday each month, like mine's the 17th of June. So every 17th of the month, that will be my solo date night with myself. And I can
I
just put
love
in the
that.
calendar. I can repeat it every month in my calendar. And it's just a little night for me.
This is a super cute idea. I love that. You're like, I'm busy. I'm busy on the 17th. Sorry.
Hot date.
It's my 112th birthday. I love
So
that.
yeah, that's kind of definitely one that I want to bring into next year. And then I think also I really want to get in the habit of not having my phone at bed because I think sleep has been something that I really want to focus on lately. And I find that it's sometimes on busy days, the one time where I do just kind of lay on my phone and start doom scrolling, and then I compromise 8 hours of sleep for like 6 hours of sleep. And I'm like, what did I gain in those 2 hours of doing nothing? Like absolutely
Yeah.
nothing. So I
I
think
love it.
those are my two habits that I'm definitely setting as priority. And then now you've inspired me though to add water. Like I'm
Yay.
really, yeah, I'm gonna add water as a third one. 3 liters a
Love.
day.
Yeah. Just,
Yeah,
yeah.
seems
I
doable.
love it. You can do it. I believe in you. We're
And
going to keep hydrating.
keep hydrating. I love it. And so, if you could capture all these ideas and intentions for 2026, is there a word or mantra that comes to mind for you?
I think like a word that comes to mind is like choices, which is like quite vague, but
Mm.
like, I think for me, like my big overarching goal going into the new year is just like there's obviously always choices to be made, and I just want to be like really intentional and like stop and pause for a second and really think about like kind of, is this aligning with my goals and what I want to do? Awesome. Okay, forge ahead. So that's kind of, I think, where I'm landing on that one. How about you?
I love that. Okay, so small backstory to mine. I am not super into astrology, but of course, every now and again, I get influenced by a little something on Instagram or TikTok. And the other day, I saw this tarot poll for
Ooh.
2026. And so mine was the Joker, or sorry, the Fool.
Oh,
And yeah, which I thought was kind of interesting.
you're like, oh, what
Yeah, I was like, "Oh."
does that mean?
Um, but it said that this card arrives when life is opening a door that leads somewhere entirely new. It speaks to fresh
Okay.
beginnings, unexplored ideas, and a chapter that invites curiosity, courage, and a lighter way of moving through the world. I thought that was
Well,
really neat.
I love
And
that.
yeah. And then
Sounds great.
even though this seems counterintuitive, I feel like going into 2026, because I do really love having a word that just kind of like sets the tone for what the year will be. I think my word that I'm choosing is focus.
Love.
And so I choose what matters most and give it my full
Mm-hmm.
energy and allow opportunity for new things to come up in what I'm focused
Cool.
on.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Okay, well, we want to hear everybody's word. Think about it and comment, please. I would love to know.
Yes, that'd be incredible.
All right, so before we wrap up, we just want to say no need to rush. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy this last little bit of the year. We want to have goals, but we don't need to be like, oh, 2020, new year, new me. Like, I always use that as like as a joke because it's like it's true. It's like let's not be too crazy. Let's not stress ourselves out with the new year coming in. We did a lot this year. 2025, almost at 2026. 2025 asked a lot of us. Growth isn't always smooth. Sometimes it comes quietly. So just we want to encourage ourselves. We want to encourage our listeners to kind of continue to find moments where you can choose yourself and choose what's best for you and choose your progress. Um, yeah,
Absolutely. And, as you step into 2026, we hope you carry forward what feels aligned, release what no longer fits, and give yourself permission to move at a pace that actually supports the life that you're building. So, wherever you're listening from, take a breath, raise a glass, celebrate all the things from this year, and cheers to confidence and a beautifully aligned 2026. Thank you guys
thank
all
you
so
for
much for
listening.
listening. Cheers.
Cheers.